Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Second Cup from your friendly neighborhood church at Pleasant Valley. My name is Kyle Dingus, and I'm the young adult minister here, and I'm really happy that you're all tuning in with us, and I hope you're doing well. So, I'm the type of guy who very rarely ever drinks coffee. I have a lot of coffee cups, and I have a coffee maker, but I don't have coffee, so if you come over, you have to provide that, so I guess I'm not that hospitable. But maybe now is a good time for me to take up a coffee habit because honestly, I am so tired. I'm I'm tired of being in isolation because of this virus. I'm tired of seeing the pain and hurt and anguish and frustration in the world and in our communities. I'm tired of seeing the divisive words and harsh things said to people, especially coming from the church. I'm tired of 2020. And since life has slowed down so much, I feel this constant weight and sadness in my own life. And it's all coming from what's happening around us. And anytime I'm left alone, that's what I'm thinking of. If I'm not distracting myself with work or different assignments, it just keeps coming back into my mind. I have this constant sense of heaviness. And I'm the type of person that whenever I feel pain or really strong emotions, I try to distract myself with them with my work and doing different activities because I just don't want to confront the reality that's before me. I hope that if I just keep my blinders on for long enough and wait it out, this too will pass. And it's really easy for me to just sit back and watch TV or get lost in my work and hit the eject button from my pain whenever I'm feeling it, but that never helps anyone. Do you know that there are, give or take, about a third of the Psalms and the entire book of Psalms that are Psalms of lament? And a lot of them don't even end on an encouraging note. And you can look at characters such as Job or Elijah, you can read the book of Lamentations, and you see people who are believers in God who are struggling and they are grieved to the point of death, even. And you even see the grief with God. You see in Genesis 6, he's grieved about the wickedness of people. And all throughout his time with Israel, you see his grief there. And you see in Hosea this heartbreaking question whenever he's just thinking about how unfaithful they've been, but he ultimately says, "How can I give you up, O Israel?" And we see it with Jesus too, that he's grieved. And one of the clearest examples of this is whenever he's in the Garden of Gethsemane the night before his death. He has so much anxiety that he's actually sweating blood. And I know it's pretty common for us to quote, "rejoice in your sufferings." But rejoice does not mean you have to be happy about it. I have a hard time believing that whenever Jesus was in the garden that he was smiling because of the suffering he was about to go through. Rejoicing and happiness are not the same thing. So it's okay to enter into that pain and that grief. But another question that I've been asking during this time is, where are you, God? What are you even doing right now? And I'm reminded of God's example and his response to our pain. And I think about the story of Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. And Mary comes up to him just weeping, so sad, and falls before him and says, "Lord, if you would have been here, he would still be alive." And Jesus knows what he's about to do. He knows he's about to raise him from the dead. But Jesus gets down on her level and weeps with her. That we have a God that enters into our pain. He doesn't delegitimize it. And we see the Spirit is one that intercedes with us, and he's groaning with us, with our spirit, about what's going on in the world. And it's this pain, that pain that we experience, that is giving us perspective. Every time that we see an individual die from this virus, every time we see someone's life unjustly taken, every time we think about the memories that we may have missed out on because we had to be confined to our rooms or whatever, God is with us in that pain. And he's giving us perspective, and he's reminding us that this is not the life that we are living for. All creation is groaning with God to make the world right again. The groans of this world are a nightmare, and sometimes we need a nightmare to appreciate not being in it. There's a lot of jokes that were happening at the beginning of this year that 2020 is going to be a year of clear vision and change, and I think that's true, just not in the way that any of us anticipated. I've heard so many people, myself included, since the virus has happened and quarantining's happened, that I just say, I want to get back to normal. I just want to get back to normal. So we do and live as normal of a life as we can right now. But do we really want normal? Because this has given us a chance to stop and smell the roses, and honestly, the roses are kind of stinky. 2020 is a birth pain for the new creation that is coming. God is shaking up the routines and habits in your life and my life and is reminding us about what is actually important right now. We have relationships that we need to make right. We have questions we need to ask about ourselves and have a very long look in the mirror. And we have questions about God and our relationship with Him that we've been avoiding for too long. So don't let this moment slip away, because what this virus has been showing me is that every moment is sacred. I love you all. Peace and blessings to you. Stay safe out there, and may God protect you.
Good morning.